I thought you said that. 3,000.
Let's do guys now.
I got ready to request 3,000 times 3,000.
Not a lot of distance between the Gators and the Dogs, and once a year they come here close to the state line and draw their own battle lines. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. First down for this offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. They'll run the counter. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestling down short of the 1st down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Oh, the fake. They snapped it to the up man. He's on the move. This is probably one of those plays where you wish you had a do-over button so you could just punt that thing away.
And obviously you're trying to catch him off. I'm not a fan of fake punts. I'd rather put my offense on the field and guys that do this for a living all the time and are really good at it, but tried to sneak attack and it did not work.
Offense getting set for 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly to the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Q. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It is so difficult to play man coverage nowadays with all the space and spread and speed on the field. One false step, and they make you pay just like they did right there.
What a snag by the defense. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
Still running at the 40. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has him across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. Hard running there.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Looking for a gap. It's Bridges. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. Cobb sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. Man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, two programs, obviously, with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well, and it's so cool when you're a fan and you played in this game like me and Jesse both have. You can go back to a singular moment like...
Got enough space. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The give to the tailback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Gators able to escape the last time these two met, winning a tight one.
Well, they needed great leadership late in the game. They got it from the quarterback position. They got it from defense. And that's always one thing you know about this one, David. Your leaders in the locker room, this is the game that they need to step up and really take ownership.
And they know it. They felt it from their coaches. They know how much this rivalry matters. Such a cool look in the stadium. Half blue and orange, half red and black. This game is always so cool and so unique, located here in Jacksonville.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming. David, as a Georgia legend, when I say Florida, what comes to mind?
Ugh. I mean, that's the easiest question you've asked me yet. I mean, there's nothing that I ever liked or enjoyed about the Florida Gators, just playing in that rivalry. You know, it's not a neutral site, by the way. It's in Jacksonville, Florida. Like, that's not neutral. It's way closer to Florida. It's way closer to Florida fans. But this rivalry, I'm telling you, every single year, that was #1 team you wanted to get.
The offense knocking on the door. 1st and goal. The option look. He'll toss it. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Second and goal for the offense. He's he's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Florida. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the boulevard. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
And a nice play by the defense. Third and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. He gets a block. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. The Gators sending the offense back to work. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
That's a really good-looking run. I tell you, it's not easy to start at the running back position for the Florida Gators. When you think of where they can recruit in the state of Florida and really nationally, they've got a lot of the best around the country in high school wanting to come play here. So it says a lot if you're RB1 in this offense, but this dude shows you why. Speed and playmaking ability all day long.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that. It runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go to the ground. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job of getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
The Gators are moving quickly down the field. He's going to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. First down to start the drive after the break. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Trying to get to him. On target. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. 3rd down play from the gun. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He makes a catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Top 2 teams in the nation squaring off right now. Gentlemen, here is the very latest. Auburn has the lead right now, but I'd hold off on that celebration over at Toomer's Corner for the moment. This one is not over. They're up by 7 over LSU. Any change of momentum, any notable highlights, we'll let you know. But for now, fellas, it's back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Tackle was made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Trying play action. Finds us back in the middle. At the 45 on his way. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for the quarterbacks of Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
And the Dogs will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun. Give on the inside. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the 1st half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. At the 35, he's open. All kinds of running room. He's at the 10. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder...
Ball in the air, intercepted! And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
And that's just a great individual effort by the wide receiver. He catches this ball way short of the sticks, but because he's able to make the defender miss, now he's able to get the extra yards and turn that into an explosive play.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Who needs that smell salt? Goodness gracious, that linebacker just opened the eyes of the running back, running through the hole and hitting him right in the mouth.
And, man, he may have to have the molars checked out after that one, but at least he was able to hang on. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
Big-time players make big plays in big games. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch, called for and made. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They'll leave it with him. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Quick timeout called on the offense after the play. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to power their way ahead. Still on his feet at the 45. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Quickly complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops to throw. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is...
Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Just can't lose focus like that. You got to know the snap count. Line gets set, first down. Looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Georgia going up tempo. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Feeling some heat. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
2nd down coming up. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. They've got the screen set up. Open space at the 25. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. And that pass intercepted. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Makes a connection. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. It's good.
I know they're trailing going into the locker room here at halftime, but kicking that field goal gives them a little bit of a jolt, a little bit of a boost of momentum that they can carry with them into the 2nd half. And there's a lot of football left to go here. I can't wait to see what happens.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the 2nd half as Georgia about to kick it away. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. As they get ready to start this 3rd quarter, think how big the lead might be if they've taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front, they got to hunker down and stop the run and be physical. And then guess what? It gets into passing situations. Now I'm quick. Now I'm on the edge. Now I'm making that quarterback's life a living you-know-what.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
And that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get 1st downs. They throw the football and get 1st down. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting 1st downs. They are so hard to defend.
Oh, how did he make that move? And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Offense is going draw. The back tries to bounce it to the outside. But look at all the defenders on that play, how they were able to shed their blocks and run. They were able to get hats to the football and force a tackle for loss.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Pugh. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. As Florida fans like to say, come on Gators, get up and go. And they're starting to go and run away from the Dogs.
It's great to be a Florida Gator. The Gators showing off the speed now, running away with this thing in the second half. You're just seeing all the talent that they've been able to recruit down in Gainesville.
Yeah, they've been recruiting talent. You think about Steve Spurrier, had such a great run with Florida as a head coach. They're taking care of business today. They're not making this look like much of a rout.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
They'll throw it on first down. And the junior was late on the release, and he threw it behind him.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle, prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
On fourth down, going to the air. Hit as he throws. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. He's looking to throw. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, first down. He wants to throw. They're bringing heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Oftentimes defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Using his feet to buy time. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did. I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches dominating football games.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Trying to make match, and it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Off the play fake on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Really good throw and catch there, David, but on 3rd down, you have to put a little bit of heat on the quarterback somehow.
Somehow, some way, get him uncomfortable. They didn't do it there. Great job by this offensive line. Nice protection, good clean pocket. QB rips the football, easily gets the first down.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked up.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lets one fly deep. And it's caught inside the 30. Touchdown Gators! And the route is on. Another touchdown for this guy, and he's starting to get in a groove the way Terry Dean did when he set the single-game record with 7 touchdowns.
Another one. I mean, just putting up stats. This guy's finding the end zone, and he can do it all. Just showing it off left and right. But when you play in such a physical league like the SEC, but you got a guy like this that can get an extra first down and really keep those chains moving and score big plays and big touchdowns, good luck stopping him.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Scrambling away. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Florida! How about that D coming up with a play like that? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick